Hi guys, Ross here, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be running you guys through a uni brief that I have set at the moment. It's one of my last projects ever, and then I'm done with uni. Essentially, I have 2 days to take a project I made in first year. I'm in my third year now, so a project I made a couple years ago. I've got 2 days to redesign it and just see how I've improved since that initial project. So I'm going to run you guys through that. Hopefully you guys find it interesting. I think it would be pretty funny to look at the work that I made in first year. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video and let's get straight into it. So this was a project that I made in my first year of university. It also happens to be one of the first 3D renders I made. So at the time, it kind of blew my mind and I was like, oh my God, look what I've just done. I look at it now, I don't kind of feel the same way. So it's for a luxurious shampoo brand called Natural World. They bring out all sorts of like vegan-free, cruelty-free shampoos that are supposed to be really good for you. So my thinking behind it was to make it, supposed to look really premium, really luxurious, and then the shape that I'd created, which was in the brand mark, which was that leaf shape that was cut out of the N. I then used that for the actual structure of the bottle as well. At the time I thought it was really cool, and again, thinking about it now, not so much. So the first stage I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and look at Natural World. I'm going to refresh my brain about what the brand stands for and just look at some keywords that kind of sum up the brand. Then that will kind of give me a deeper understanding about like what that brand really stands for, and then I can go on to look at their target audience. So even just by quickly looking at the website, you can see that they really only feature women in their like images, which makes me believe that this product is aimed at women. So that's what I'm kind of thinking the demographic is for this brand. And then when I've done this, I'll then move on to competitors. So like I said, this is supposed to be a luxurious shampoo brand. So other ones that come to mind straight off the bat are ones like Tresemme. If we compare the price of Natural World to Tresemme, this is actually more expensive. But if we look at the packaging they've got at the moment, I feel like that doesn't resonate. So our goal here is to kind of redesign this in a way that it pitches it as more of a luxurious and more of a premium product. So what we can do is start to look at the competitors, see what they're doing with their packaging, seeing if it's working, seeing if it's not working, and then start looking further afield. So what other kind of premium products are out there, like wines, for example. Wines can be really expensive. They always have really beautiful packaging as well. So it's looking just beyond your specific product and your specific field that product is in, and kind of thinking what other similar products may share the same kind of attributes that you want to use. So that's what I do in my initial research. Like I said, this is only a 2-day brief, so I would go into more of a deeper dive about the audience and strategy behind it, but since I just kind of want to be able to get this turned over fairly quickly, I'm just going to kind of go through the very basics, which is what I've just mentioned and what I've just talked about. So once I've done that, I will move on to looking at inspiration for this product. Pinterest, as we all know, is a great resource for looking at inspiration for design and for anything really. So what I've done here is literally just searched shampoo design, vegan shampoo, luxurious shampoo, and just seeing what comes up. And I'm seeing a lot of designs being very minimalistic, so just being typography based. And also another trait I see now, and I see this just when I'm out and about shopping as well, is that people are really trying to minimize the amount of packaging that they use. So instead of using a label on the bottle, they may literally just have the text printed onto the bottle itself, and that's just one less thing that you're using for the packaging, one less thing that's going to harm the environment. So I feel like this is a space which luxurious products are moving into. So I'll have a look around Pinterest. Again, like I mentioned a minute ago, I'll look beyond just shampoo. So I looked at soaps, looked at wines, like perfumes, anything like that that's a bit more premium is a good way to kind of get a broader sense of the kind of design that's being used for these premium products. Another great website is Behance. Behance is always full of amazing design, so I'll just have a little look through that as well. Some products will stand out, and I'll grab a few references from them, and just every little helps to kind of build this mood board together, of looking and identifying what a luxurious product is. So now that I've done my basic research, kind of identified what a luxurious product looks like, I can start going into concepting. So these are just going to be very, very basic sketches that I'll probably do on just a piece of paper or a notepad if I can find one, just to kind of get a rough idea of layout, what a logo may look like. And what I'll usually do when it comes to packaging design is, I think it's important to design the logo within the packaging, not as a separate entity. So, because a logo may work by itself, but when it's on a packaging and it's got to be mixed in with other information, that logo may not work. So I think it's a good idea to design that logo within the packaging, within the structure, and then you can look at how that exists off the pack. So I'm going to start sketching some things down, and then we'll get back to you when I've got a few ideas. Okay, so it's currently the morning after I started this project. It's 10 to 7 at the moment, so I've just woken up and showered. I spent probably like an hour or so maybe after I finished the research yesterday to go through some concepts. I've only got a few here. Excuse the poor sketching, but it's only a little concept thing. But I quite liked this idea here of using like a handwritten font here, which kind of takes it back to that idea of being natural, being organic, kind of adds that natural and like handmade touch to it in a more modern way, as opposed to like filling the design full of imagery and photography like they've got at the moment. And also when we did the research, there was a couple of other brands that did that, and I felt like now that's a little bit outdated. So going for this more kind of minimalistic approach and like handmade touch to it, I think is a nice way to nod towards that idea of being natural. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do some concepts, see where it takes me, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I finished concepting and I decided to hop on the Mac and start to work some designs up. Now, at first I thought the handwritten style was going to be a good idea, but then when I started working it up, as you can see on the screen, I felt like it looked a bit childish and didn't really scream that sense of luxury. So then I started to kind of strip it back a bit, start to use more sans serif and serif fonts, and just to see where we could push this. At the moment, I feel like the packaging, the hierarchy is a bit off, so you don't see natural world as the first thing. You're kind of like bombarded by that photography. So what I wanted to kind of do is bring that attention to the natural world brand mark. I experimented with trying to put like leaves in the O's and try to add some sort of like unique element to the brand mark, but I felt like just a stripped back sans serif font was a lot stronger and also gave it more of that premium look as well. So here I'm just trying a load of different varieties of layouts. I also brought back the saturation of the blue, so it had a more muted and natural tone to it. Again, just pushing that theme of it being a natural product, vegan free, cruelty free. And what I had the idea of is using a sleeve over the bottle. This again just adds to that user experience. It feels like you're paying for a bit of a better product and they put more thought into it. So I've got this idea that you pull the sleeve off the top and then inside that is the bottle. So now I feel like the development's in a good stage and the packaging looks decent. We can now start to put this on a bottle mock-up. Now, because I'm more like moving to 3D in motion, I will go through the process of me like modeling that in Cinema 4D, lighting it, because you guys might find that interesting, and you might pick something up, because obviously this is a way that you can really make your project stand out. Like a lot of people will end up using the same mock-ups as you, and then you kind of just look like everybody else. But if you're able to actually set up your own custom scenes with your own bottles, and then you can create your own structures, then you've got a much more unique product. So I'm going to go through that process, and yeah, let's do it. So I started off by opening Cinema 4D and grabbing some references from around the house for how to model the shampoo bottle and the case for it. I found a Tresemme shampoo bottle, and then I also found a Chili's bottle case in my house as well. This helps to show me the little details in the products, as well as like how they're textured, how they react to light, and this then just helps me to create a more realistic 3D model of this as well. So once I had modelled the products, I applied the graphics to them, and then also started to look at references for how I wanted the scene to be lit and what I wanted the aesthetic to look like. So again, looking at like perfumes, skincare products, they've all kind of got like a very luxurious feel to them. So I took inspiration from that, which then gave me the idea for this very minimalistic and editorial look to Natural World. So I did a very stripped back scene, just very kind of muted neutral tones, which helped to reinforce that idea of it being a natural product. If I was to use very vibrant colours, then it would kind of make it look a bit artificial, as well as bringing it back down to more of a kind of like a playful, childish brand, which is not what this is. So this probably took me about 4 hours in total, this whole 3D process, but I hope you guys agree that the end results are totally worth it, and obviously it's good practice as well, and I just feel like it would stand out much more than if I just kind of grabbed a mock-up online. Let me know if you guys would want to see like any particular part of this entire process in a separate video, like maybe you want me to kind of run through how I did specific things within 3D to achieve these results. But yeah, so that's about a day and a half's worth of work in total, and I'm going to put the end results on the screen right about now. I feel like there's been quite a dramatic improvement from the first year. My main goal for this project and for this brief was to look at how I could improve the 3D side of things. Obviously, this is a design orientated brief, so ensuring that I spent time on the design as well is important, but my own kind of goal for this was to undo the damage I did with that first render, and make something that was a bit more aesthetically pleasing. I'm pretty happy with the results, and for a day and a half's worth of work, I'd say it's pretty good. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video, what kind of videos you want to see in the future, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.